Okay, so if you're on a sloop, then you can't really do this sort of strategy. Because if you notice, right, imagine this is a sloop board. I mean, first time, I've just got to abandon. Second time, there you go, I can do the bottom two now. Now I've got to do the top two. So we'll see how that works out. Can't do that one. Can't do that one either. Nor can we do that one. You still starting to get a little frustrated because you can do that one, but it's not brilliant. So you just sort of keep clicking abandon. You can't do that one either. Again, you get into a problem. And this is just the general problem with this technique. I mean, I keep looking for a nice top half and I'm not getting it. There you go. Finally, after like 6 or so attempts, I've gotten a decent enough top half of the board. Really, the only way, if you want to use this technique to gun on a sloop, is you have to find a board that pretty much looks like this, where you can gun both halves of it. And I've just set the island league point, so I'll have to show you an example after this. Okay, so we need to find a decent board. So what am I looking for? Well, basically I'm looking for the same as I was looking before. I want to be able to loop around the top. I want to loop around the bottom. And here, look, I can do this top loop. So I can do the two guns up there. I can probably do a single cannon loop on that one. But then as soon as I come to load these, I'm going to get a bit stuck. You know, as you can see, someone that's not got much experience doing this, like me, I don't really use this style at all, is going to get very stuck very quickly. So let's look for a better board. Again, you can only do the top half. And you just sort of keep abandoning until you find a nice board. You know, it might take you 10 or 20 boards to find one that has both sides you can loop around, which again is the biggest problem with this technique. You have to board hunt forever. Almost, but not quite. Again, it's not being very cooperative right here. Okay, so here you go. This will do both sides. That wasn't actually planned, that was just an accident. And then now, you can just sort of wash out all the cannons and have a nice easy loop. Don't try and be cocky and do stuff like that. I'm just sort of messing about there. And again, you just sort of switch between the loops. You'll notice that one of the important features of these boards I find are that the bottom half is far harder to load than the top half. The reason for that is that if you see here in this little corner, what's going to happen is the barrel is going to shoot the pieces out to the right, down here, and it's just going to bounce out of this corner and come back up and rejoin the loop when you're doing the top half. However, as you notice, when I'm doing the bottom half, the pieces just sort of get stuck up here, so I have to keep constantly sort of rescuing them to be able to do my loop. As you look again, look, whenever it's fired out the left, the top, the right, they just sort of get lost. However, when I do it at the top, it's a whole different story. None of the pieces ever get lost. So yeah, as you can see, if you want to go that extra bit further and find a much better board, you want to find things that don't have these sort of traps in them. Now you might be saying that I can do this for loop with only two arrows. Yes, I can do that. However, it takes a lot more time to go to each cannon. This is so awkward. And it's just really not something I would recommend trying to do all four at once. Especially for the reason that an avo will get very aggravated with you if he has absolutely no guns for a full turn and then suddenly gets 4 all in one go. It's a lot better to have a nice consistent speed. So what I'm going to do is just cut the board in half like this and just load it like that. It's much more fast and reliable for the Nava. And I've just hit the island again, so that's going to be the end of this video.